What about creating a chart? If we wanted to create a chart of this data, so I could click in here, get my pivot table fields up there, and then I could go up to Insert. Over here we have Pivot Chart. And I could just play with the different charts and see what kind of a chart might look good. Let's just go with that one. And here's a pivot chart of like how, each of my salespeople did over all of the sales period, and how much they sold, so I could visually see that. What if I wanted to see, instead of salesperson, I wanted to see manufacturer? There we go. So I could see manufacturers. And so the pivot charts will automatically update as I change my pivot tables. What if I wanted to see items? Right, a much smaller one, but they're all the items, and kind of quickly I could see that's a popular item and that's a popular item, as are these. Right, I like the manufacturer down here. And let's bring item back out of there. We could also create a different type of pivot chart. So let's, again, I put instructions over here to the right. So if we had this ungrouped, I'm going to ungroup all that and then group that. So group that data by months. There we go. And I can go up to Insert, Pivot Chart, and choose Column Chart. Well, that's kind of messy. But what if I was to change that chart type, to a stacked chart? And now look at that. Pretty cool. So it shows me, based upon month, how each salesperson did in that month, and how the overall month, how much the overall month was, and what portion of the overall month each salesperson combined. What if I switch salesperson from my legend over here to the axes over there, to switch these two? There's already data in pivot table. Do you want to replace it? Yes. And bring salesperson down here. Yes. And there we go. Now we have salesperson and how much they did over the entire year, and it shows us also in each month how they did. So really, really powerful tool, being able to just pivot around and see how your data changes. So here's another one of those stacked column charts, which I think work really well with pivot tables. And you can see here, this one is salesperson by manufacturer. So a lot of really amazing, awesome things that you could do with pivot tables. Of course, once they're created, the things that you've learned in the rest of these videos about formatting your tables and all of that can be applied to your pivot tables to make them look however you'd like them to look. So, hope this has been useful. I found it to be incredibly useful once I finally learned about pivot tables and pivot charts. Cool stuff.